Okay, I'm going to try to show the problem with this. First of all, a couple of things. Even though I had originally loosened this set screw, I can't get the handle beyond this point where it just has that spline. It won't engage. What I had tried to do, let's see if I can get this view, is I had tried to separate in here with a screwdriver the spacing so it would slide over. That still didn't help. The other thing is I've now put a continuity checker on the switch. You can see that the actuator is there, but there's a fairly large gap, which I will measure with my micrometer in a few minutes. You also can see that the continuity checker shows that the switch is still open, not closed, and in this position it should be closed, but it isn't. If I put it in neutral, nothing is happening, which means the engine won't start. When I put it back in, it moved a little bit and then snapped into position. This is the problem, because it's intermittent. When it moves just a little bit, it snaps and then it closes. So at the moment, I can't find an adjustment. See, I just took it and moved the handle forward in neutral. This is pressed in. The plunger is still where the switch is, but you can see from the light not being on, the switch is still open. So this would prevent the engine from starting. It appears that the problem is that this adjustment is too tight. I can move this, but I'm reluctant to go in and bend this piece of sheet metal, which is fairly thick, to be close enough. And there's no adjustment to move this closer to the switch. Now if I take off this, these are the screws. They're now fully screwed in. Here are the screws, and it's in the proper set of holes according to the diagram. So it seems to me that the problem is that the tolerances as this was assembled didn't meet the specification, and it missed a quality control check. This could be some of the problems I had with it last season, where occasionally when I used the starter, after turning the key, would drop out. And it was probably because the switch was so touchy. Just moving the throttle made it move. But now it seems to be problematic. Again, it goes from on to off. I'll put this on. Now it's closed, but I moved it into the throttle position, still in neutral. You can see that the button is pressed in. It's pressed in. Nothing's moving on the gear. It's not engaged. This is moving only the throttle cable, and this neutral bar is in the position to actuate the switch, but it's not closing it. So again, the engine won't start. I think that summarizes the issue that I have, Jim. So hopefully you can help. I think I've demonstrated, based on the date, that it's fairly reasonable. This has not been in service for 2 years. I don't have access to the invoice, but I hope you guys will do the right thing and give me a replacement part that I can put in. And you also can tell me why this handle won't go on. And see, I just moved this back and now the switch engaged, but it should have stayed closed the entire time and not be intermittent like this. So again, I think that gives you a good idea of the problem. Thanks.